Hello everyone, this is Lourdes. Welcome to another Creative Crafts Niche video. Today I'm sharing with you how I made this Merry Christmas card using it as Santa Claus's beard and outfit. We will be using the Inkathinkado Warm Holidays Wishes stamp set, and we're going to be using this stamp here which says Merry Christmas. We're going to use our clear block here, which measures 2.5 by 2 inches, so it perfectly fits that stamp right there. We're also going to use our Cut-A-Bug Spots and Dots folder, and we're going to use this little spot right there. That we're going to use that so that we can make the buttons that you see there. We're also going to use red cardstock, and we're using a 8.5 by 11, and what we're doing is that we're going to score it down horizontally at 5.5. Then we're going to fold that. We're going to score that piece at 4.25, and we're going to fold that in half. We're also going to be using green cardstock, and this is from the Jewel paper stock from Recollections. The red cardstock that we're using, that's the red Recollections cardstock. We're also going to be using our AdTech permanent bond glue runner. We're going to also use our scallop diamond edge punch. We're going to use our tweezer bead just in case, not just in case, for the buttons. We're also going to use our Zig 2-way pen for gluing down the buttons. We're going to also use Studio G glitter glue in red. This is what we're going to use to color in the little stars there. We're also going to use the Premium Ribbon American Crafts Baker's Twine, and this is in red and white. What else? We're also going to use our StazOn ink, and this is in jet black. Another thing we're going to use is the Recollections lever circle punch, and that looks like that. This is what we're going to use to stamp out those circles there. Now the belt here measures 4.25 by 3/4 of an inch. The little belt buckle here measures just 1/8 of an inch short of an inch, so that's 7/8. Okay, so 7/8 by 3/4 of an inch. Then our scallop rectangle that we have there is it measures 1.25 by 1, and so that looks like that. And I use silver shiny paper for his belt buckle, and so you're just gonna layer that on top of that, like so, and then like that. So for the inside of the card, I use the technique of paper staging technique. If you look at 2 of my previous videos, you'll see how I designed this his beard, and I did a paper staging technique with that. And so what I did was I used a 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I cut out all the many beards that I needed, and I went ahead and I scored them to measure 4.5 by 5.5, so I'll be able to use this paper as a border for any future project, so I don't have to throw this paper away. This is pretty much a lot of paper. And then these beards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them down the edge, which will give me this finished look here. Now moving on for the inside of the card, I did the card like this. I put this edge decoration here on foam squares like that, because the person that I'm making this for, she wants to be able to put a picture of her grandchildren and send it as her Christmas cards. And so you'll be able to go, slide in the photos there. And then I also did the same technique here on this side of the paper with the staving paper, because as you can see, this scallop, this crescent shape here is covering the center of this paper. So what I did was I did the same thing. I did these images like this, but what I did was this is actually a 1/4 of an inch shorter on length and width than this crescent shape here. So it allowed me to position this with ease and not have to, finagle with the paper too much. And so I'm going to be using these as the borders, as you see here, and then these I'll be able to use for other projects some other time. So I'm going to put those aside. And then I also did the same thing with this paper. I went ahead and I did the paper saving technique, since I'll be able to use this beige or cream color. It's a neutral color for any other projects. This also measures a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and so I will only be using these for this project to put in the center here. So now we're going to move on to doing a card. Alright, so for tutorial purposes, I'm going to do this video from scratch, except for the pre-cut cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to position this where it's going this way, 11 inches. And I'm going to position this at the 5 1/2 mark here. Then I'm going to go ahead and trim this over. Okay. And so now I have 2 cards that I'll be able to make out of one sheet. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fold this. And I should actually use my bone folder here, okay, to help me get a crisp edge. So, okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're going to, let's see where we position this one. We position this one up 1 inch from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and use our tape runner and put some adhesive on this. Okay, let me add some of this here. Okay. So we're going to position this on our board here, and we're going to bring this up to there. Then we're going to take our piece of the buckle here, I'm going to adhere some tape onto that too. I'm going to use my tweezer bee here to help me position this properly. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and add some more adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and use our tweezer bee here again. And this time we're going to also position this on the mat here to help us get it precisely in the center. and adhere that down. Then we're gonna take one of the beards here and we're gonna trim that down. Excuse the appearance of my paper trimmer here. I really use this. And so to kind of help me trim this down, what I use is my other ruler here to help me position it at the 1.5 inch mark right there. And then I make sure that this is like right, let me just see if I can show you, like right there, like I can't push it up, I kind of gotta align it where, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and trim that. And here I have 2 pieces of my beards, and hopefully they're approximately the same size. And so here I have 2 beards that I can work with. Now I'm gonna come and ink up my stamp before I adhere it so that it can stamp up nicely. So what I like to do is I like to position my stamp on the mat, like so. And then I'll take my clear block and match that up with those lines there. Well, somewhat. Actually, I try to get it in the center, so that when I go to center it here, I'll have a very good chance of getting it nice and neat in the center. So we're gonna go ahead and use our StazOn ink here. Ink that on really nicely. Don't smudge it like that, just tapping it. It works fine. Then just, have a look on it, see how that looks. Then quickly cover that up so it does not get dry. And then you want to position that using these lines right here. I think I'm a tad bit off on this one, but that's okay. It's really not that noticeable because of the way it's written. Okay, so I'm gonna let that that's quickly dries, but I want to adhere this down before I go ahead and put the glitter, because if I put the glitter down first, it'll be a little bit difficult to go ahead and put it down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some more adhesive. And then we're going to grab our card again and we're going to position it again. And then we're going to bring this up to the very edge right there. Okay. And so that looks like that so far. Then you take a black cardstock that you use like for scraps. See, like I've used this before. And so you go ahead and which is circle lever punch. You cut out 2 circles, and you can also just open that up there and flip it so that you can see when you're aligning it, so that you can get to use the most of your paper. Okay, so that one just ran away on me, so I'm going to go ahead and cut another one there. So here I have the 2 circles for the buttons, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to position that circle right on the one that I told you that we were using, which is this one. I'm going to position that there, right, and then I'm going to close that down. I'm going to close that down, and I'm going to run that through the Cuttlebug.